Save. Okay, let's move on to Chapter 4. Chapter 4, this is a fun one, and we've got some newer strategies that make it really nice. So first thing we're going to do is drop the middle sword on Max, drop the bronze lance on Pele, and drop the middle sword on Balbazak. Now we're going to give the quick ring, speed ring, to Henri, and give the power ring to Pele. Next, we got to get the most important character in the Force, and that's Yogurt. And then leave. Because we don't have any revives to do, we don't have any promotions to make, so we just leave. The only reason we went up there was for Yogurt. To progress the story, you got to talk to Elliot, respond with no. Now we gotta head to the weapons store to pick up the new swords and power spear for the people that we dropped. Also, picked up this Bread of Life, you might as well, and use it on Max right away. Max is gonna be taking a bit of damage in this next battle, so he might as well be a little tankier. Buy a longsword for Max. Buy a power spear for Pele. Buy a longsword for Balbazak. If you want to be safe, pass a healing seed from Ken to Balbazak. Head to the furthest right cart. In the chest to the right is a quick chicken or a legs of haste. Use it immediately on Pele. Of course it's a 2, because it's tutorial. Talk to the queen. Say yes. You get booted out. The village of Pau moves on. Vankar is up here, don't need him. You move to the right to progress the battle. Okay, don't forget to equip the people that you just bought items for. I will make a note really quick. It's possible to gain no MP on Tao for her first level up. And that really stinks. Because ideally in this battle, we want to have 2 Blaze 3s and 1 Blaze 2. A Blaze 3 costs 8 MP. So 2 of them would be 16, a Blaze 2 costs 5, so that would be 21 MP. If you get 20, it kind of stinks. You kind of have to work around it and maybe not use that second Blaze 3. Sometimes you don't need to use that second Blaze 2, or Blaze 3. Okay, so this Pele's got 30 attack and 18 speed. That's kind of low attack for what he could have. He could have as high as 34 attack. But it's high speed from what he could have, because he could have 13 speed. So I would much rather take the 18 speed than the higher attack, because it's likely he'll gain the attack that he needs. Make sure you equip Balbazak as you're moving across. Yes. Of all the times to repair your ring and not forget, this is the most important, one of the most important times to not forget. Once the village leaves, there is no merchant to repair your ring at. So you have to repair the ring before this fight. So keep track of your rings, people. Move Ken. And basically, everyone's just moving as far right as they can. Eventually, on Pele's third turn, he only has to move like 2 spaces to engage the aggro of all the enemies. The reason we want Pele to have high speed is so that he outturns the Lizardmen and the Pegasus Knights and triggers them to start running in towards Max. We're going to put Max in a very specific location that will draw all the enemies to him, and they're going to form a massive conga line. And this conga line is just asking to be AoE magicked to death. So we're gonna oblige and do that. Now, some of this section will get a little improv-y, and it just depends on how the turn orders come out. So it's never going to look exactly the same, and I'm sorry about that. I really am. I wish it did. But it never does. So you just got to get used to it, and you got to start acting on your toes. Does that make sense? Improv is important. All right, keep in mind we have the speed ring on Henri, but it is currently not equipped. What we're kind of looking for with Henri is to be able to do an outturn sort of situation. All right, very specific spot for Max, and it's right here. 2 spaces above this weird little two square bush. Okay, it's Pele's turn. Save on his turn. All you have to do is move 1 spot to the right and boost Ken. Now you could choose to boost someone else if you wanted to. You could maybe choose, you could boost Balbazak, but there are chances that this boost on Ken will last all the way through the rest of the level. So I recommend you boost Ken. Yes. Move Tao to kitty corner right, Henri to kitty corner top right, and at this point she outturned all the other units, so we're going to equip the speed ring on her to make sure that she does it again on the next turn. We need her going fast. Ken went really fast, so we're going to just stay right here. Oh, it's the tall grass where the Pokemon live. You're totally right. Okay, I think... Are we getting... No, we're not getting a 5-man. So the distance is perfect, that they're all kind of funneling into Max, but they can't reach him. So I'm going to have Max move around and attack from the right side. And he's going to get hit. Oh, I never equipped the sword on him. It was a miss anyways. Equip your weapons, people. Blaze 3 this formation. Now, I believe the guy with the heat axe was the guy on the bottom right next to Tao. This one. That guy is very dangerous. Tao should, or Henri should outturn, so we should be okay. But I am going to, I'm not going to, yeah, I'm just going to trust that Henri's fast enough. And I'm going to start prepping this guy. This is also, Pele is acting as a blocker to Henri right now. So this Blaze 2 will finish off this whole group and the Lizard Man with the Heat Axe, and the threat has been contained. Hooray! Okay, now we're gonna see, yep, perfect. Balbs goes, so we're gonna make sure that his sword's equipped. We're gonna finish off this Lizard Man. Attack by 2, wonderful. Not really important. Why did I sell Brox's sword for a pack of gummy bears? I really like gummies. So the aggro here is actually on Henri, which is fascinating. We're gonna have Ken move right he's boosted. He's going to kill this lizard man. Normally, Ken doesn't outturn a bunch of creatures, and he's already killed a Pegasus Knight by this point. Okay, I need to get rid of this Peg Knight on the left now. So I'm just gonna start doing that. We're gonna cast a Blaze, or a Freeze 3, or Freeze 1, and a Blaze 1 to just finish us off with Tau and Henri. Not super ideal, but it's what we have to work with. Also, that gets Tau to level 3 already. It's amazing. I love that. Now, we want to start moving our... I can't, unfortunately, move Pele yet. Because he's blocking for Henri. That's the nice thing about Balbs, is he's super tanky. Alright, so these mobs are fairly well taken care of right now. So I'm going to send Ken over to the priest to try to kill the top one. You know what I haven't explained is the land effect bug. I'm not going to. That happens a lot. Priests have abnormally high dodge. We're going to save these for Henri. We're going to start moving Pele. And we're getting to the point where we really want to pool the Silver Knights. Their trigger point for their AI is one spot to the left of where the priests are, which is right here. So we're gonna move Ken down here because he outturned all the Silver Knights, and that will engage their aggro. Whoa! Down to Ken, apparently. That's fine, whatever. It's ridiculous, but it's fine. We got 2 of them up to where we wanted, so fine. Put Tau here. We'll put Henri here. Hopefully max out turns quick enough. Pele. He didn't. It's unfortunate. We'll try at least to get a 3-man formation. I don't know if it's going to happen. So, where's he at? Has he lost boost? No. We got a 2-man formation. That did not work out like I intended. This is a little messy. We'll be fine, though. We want to kill this priest on the top, though. I will say that. So, Ken definitely lost boost now. So I'm going to come here, and I'm just going to cast a Blaze 2 on these guys. I'm going to come here, and I'm going to try to kill the Silver Knight. Why the priest? He's crappy XP. He is crappy XP. Time to explain the land effect bug. So, if you haven't noticed in this game, land effect is pretty jacked up. Oh, by the way, we were trying to get Henri to level 11. Henri has reached level 11. So we're good. We did the thing that we wanted to. Okay, this is a demonstration of how the middle section of 4.1 should go with the Silver Knights. In the run, I didn't do a very good job of setting it up. I think I was a little impatient, and I triggered the Silver Knights probably before I was ready. So this will just be an example of what it should look like. This is from CloudCarry's world record. Just the cleanup of the last enemy. Start making your way towards the priest section here. Now the aggro point for the Silver Knights is one spot to the left of the priests. So if you get on that vertical line, you will trigger the Silver Knights aggro. But you really want Max to be right there. And then positioning here is important. So Pele is going to be the one that triggers. We're just waiting with Ken, because if you bring Ken across too quickly, the Silver Knights will actually, or too far, the Silver Knights will target him based on his proximity. But we want them going for Max. Max should be the target. And you just stay. Go ahead and kill the Silver Knights as you're passing them. I think the hope is that Ken will outturn probably that bottom Silver Knight, or at least one of them. So we'll see. Funnel straight in. Comes underneath. And that's okay, because you need to melee one anyways. You just leave this one alone to funnel right in, and you got a nice 4-man formation for the two mages. And Balbs and Max will take care of this Silver Knight on the bottom. Ooh. I'm just messing. Now, sometimes I feel like it's necessary to save the artillery XP for Henri if she hasn't reached level 11 yet, and if she's not going to with this kill. Like, yeah, I usually will try to save a kill for Henri to make sure that she gets to 11. In this case, he maybe will give it that last Silver Knight. Yeah, looks like it. Now Ken is technically still boosted here, so he has no problem taking care of the Dark Priest. Leveled up, so now he's lost his boost. And I think at this point we can say that the demonstration of that Silver Knight section is complete. You can see how much cleaner that actually was. Okay. Okay, land effect is jacked up in this game. And I'll do my best to explain the nuances of it. there are different tiles in the game that provide different type of land effect. So if I click on Max, he's on a grassy terrain. That's 15% land effect. If you were sitting in these tall grass where the Pokemon live, it would be 30% land effect. If you're standing on a road or like concrete of some sort, it's usually 0 land effect. Or if you're flying like Balbs is, it's 0 land effect. The idea behind what land effect is supposed to do is that you put your unit on a tile that has 30% while you funnel enemies onto tiles that have less percent. So that way your attacks are doing more damage and their attacks are doing less damage. The problem with that is that it doesn't work in this game. The way that this game, the bug essentially, the bug is that when you attack an enemy, so let's look, for instance, at Elliot. Elliot has 17 defense. So instead of looking at Elliot the unit, what unit is on the battlefield on the unit, and the way that the coding behind this would work is like, oh, I am looking at the element, let's just say 1. No, it's not 1. It's based on your force members first, and then the enemy force members. So it's likely that Elliot is after the force members, which we have 6 of them, is element number 6, because you start with the 0 index. But what the game bug actually is when I attack Elliot, instead of looking at the element in the array of what unit this is, it's looking at its defense and saying, oh, this is unit 17. And so then it looks on the battlefield for which enemy is unit 17. And unit 17 happens to be that top priest. And that top priest land effect is 15. So in this case, okay, well, the priest's land effect is 15, Elliot's land effect is 15, so it's 15, right? Wrong. After you kill a unit whose land effect is being referenced, the land effect becomes 0. So you technically will do more damage to Elliot if you kill the top priest, because that priest no longer exists on the battlefield, so the land effect for Elliot becomes 0. Did that make sense? It's very confusing. Where you can see this in action right away in Battle 1-1. Tau and Max both have 4 defense in the first battle. When Tau and Max get attacked by a goblin, the goblin does 4 damage. But if you put low on a 30% tile, the goblins will only do 2 damage to you. The reason this is because the 4 defense on them points to the 4th element in the friendly array, and that happens to line up with the 5th character slot on your screen, which is low. And low, when he's standing on a 30% tile, is the defense reference of your character Max and Tau, and so they get attacked, they say, oh, they have 30% defense, or 30% land effect, so it is, we're going to reduce the damage done to Max and Tau. As soon as Max gains level 2 and gains 1 defense, he's now level 5 defense, and he's referencing Hans, I think. Dead units always have 0% land effect, and you want the defense number to reference a dead unit. Exactly. So, exactly. That's exactly right. If the target's defense value is higher than the number of units on the battlefield, their land effect is automatically set to 0, because there's no reference to it in the battlefield, so they're like, oh, they don't exist, so 0%. So once you get to the later battles, land effect starts to mean nothing. Like, you don't have to worry about it. It only really matters earlier on. All right, we're pushing, we're moving, we're trying to get closer to Elliot, trying to kill that priest, which we did. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna play it safe strats, right? We can leave this bottom priest, there's no need to kill him off. We're gonna move closer. We're gonna have Pele boost Ken, and he's gotta boost him again, so we're gonna save on Pele's turn, because he's gonna boost himself too. Beautiful thing about this fight is you can stand at range and Elliot won't move. He'll just take all the spears to his face. His AI doesn't get engaged unless you move past him or you move in melee range of him. So as long as you attacked him from a range, you could just sit there forever and he'll never move, which is great. We're gonna probably save this artillery for Balbazak. Maybe. All right, Ken is boosted. First priority, get rid of the priest. Easier said than done. Let's go ahead and... Nah. We'll move Pele up here, and we'll boost himself now. There's no reason to kill him. It's just sort of like... You could kill him to prevent some cursor movement. A lot of times it's like a bunch of misses that you'll be trying to kill him. You don't have someone who can kill him in one hit. So it just becomes a little bit of an annoyance, honestly. So you could just leave him and it really doesn't matter too much. And he's not worth much experience. Exactly. So Bal's being at 9 already is really nice. Love that. I'm going to attack from above. Because I can start attacking on this turn now. And yeah. And I will attack with Ken, and then Balbazak can finish off the artillery. And yeah, we're just trying to whittle down Elliot. And remember how the boost glitch works. Like, they're still... Of course, he misses. So I'm going to have Max finish this off because I don't want Ken to get attacked. Because if Ken gets attacked, he loses his boost. So we should just need, like... Actually, I probably should have prepped. Yeah, I should have cast a Blaze 2 there. Let's see if we kill on this turn and get lucky. All hits. Wonderful. And that's Elliot. Go back into the town. We gotta head down. Probably one of the most important things we could do here is hatch Domingo. And to hatch Domingo, you gotta talk to this guy on the right. He's got an egg warmer. Yep, it was a no-miss battle because it's a tutorial. Exactly. Talk to Domingo. Mingo joins the force. We love Mingo. Alright, here I buy healing items for Domingo. And 2 for Eamon, but they're actually for Balbazak later on in Chapter 7. We're just buying the items now. So buy 4 healing seeds for Domingo, and 2 healing seeds for Eamon. Yep, that's Eamon. Okay. Up in this cart, in the chest that had the Legs of Haste, is now a steel sword. So we'll pick up the steel sword. You don't need to do this because you could buy a steel sword for in Chapter 5. We're here, so we'll do it. I'm going to pass the steel sword to Eamon. come up to the priest, promote Henri. We're going to keep the speed ring on Henri. Because with her promotion sickness, her speed went down, but we want her going fairly quick, so we want her speed to be up high, so we'll keep her equipped. Leave the town and come back into it to get inserted back on the left-hand side where the headquarters is. We'll talk to Nova. Have Domingo join for Aemon. And we'll leave town. Go up to the top right for Urbantel? Urbantel? Look at this, we have so many characters. Movement's pretty precise here. Move Tau all the way up in the face of the Silver Knight and blaze to it. Something you can do here to try to get Henri a kill, if Pele has enough attack, is unequip the spear and just try to unarmed attack the Silver Knight. I'm just gonna kill it. I don't care. I'm gonna save one Pegasus Knight above for Henri experience. Domingo comes up and right and finishes off the Silver Knight. No, actually, Jogurt was the 13th force member, so Jogurt went straight to the bench. Excuse me. Yeah, am I misunderstanding the question? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so when you open the menu and you like scroll through the characters, their index number is basically the list that they appear in the menu. So it's definitely by class, exactly. We need Domingo to cast the prep cast on the Silver Knight. So that's why the movement is very precise here. We're doing things in a very specific order. Typically, the turn orders are always the same, but like you need to make sure you know where each person is going before you do it, because you could end up blocking someone unintentionally. Okay. Now this is a cool little strat here that prevents the Hellhound from attacking anyone. Tau goes straight up and blaze threes the Hellhound. Hellhounds, as you would expect, are resistant to fire damage, so this only does 9 damage, but that's enough for a freeze, which it's weak to do enough damage. I'm going to take off the power ring here, and I'm going to attack the Pegasus Knight. Nice. Domingo goes all the way up and freeze ones this Hellhound. And kills it. Levels up, too. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, the spot that Domingo's in is going to attract the 2 Pegasus Knights right to him. Henri comes up, and she's just in range to finish off the Silver Knight by another freeze 1. It does not change anything. Okay, would it change anything if you hatched Domingo, then tried to go back and add Vankar? Does being added to the team change anything if order is changed? No. The order of the teams always end up being the same. Join order doesn't. Yes, join order doesn't change anything. What it would change, sort of. This would change and wouldn't change. It all depends on what units are on the battlefield at the time. So we're never going to have Vankar in the party. So he's never going to affect the order or the numbering. Blaze 3 the Peg Knights, and Balbazak starts heading up. Henri's going to finish these 2 Peg Knights. She needs another kill or something to level up. So we're going to give her this Pegasus Knight kill. Balbs needs to go right there. Pele needs to go right there and re-equip the ring. Max is tanky, so we're totally okay with him just taking a hit from that Pegasus Knight. Sometimes you have a pretty paper Max, and that can be a little scary. You'll be okay. Alright, it's on this turn that we're going to engage the aggro of the Silver Knight and everything else. So Pele moves up. He's going to attack the Silver Knight and hopefully kill it, which he should. And then Domingo's going to start moving towards the artillery because it's Domingo's job to kill the artillery. It's really nice when you can do this, but it's not necessarily a guarantee that you're going to have the time to do it. But to get Henri one more little bit of experience would be really nice right now. She's a bit far away from the Silver Knights, but she might be able to do it in time. Balbs needs to go up here. And actually probably one spot lower would be better. Because if the priest decides to aggro Balbs, it's going to go straight towards him. Oh, but it aggroes Pele, so we're fine. We'll wait. And we'll wait. Put Domingo in range. Really, probably right here. What we're trying to do is have Balbs be the floater. If Pele is able to kill the Hellhound in one hit, then Balbs will go to the right and kill the artillery. If he's not able to kill the Hellhound in one hit, then Balbs goes up and finishes the Hellhound. We want to... Unbelievable. We want to kill the Hellhound first and the artillery second. Because the going through the door on the right is actually faster than going through the door on the left. Whatever enemy you kill last is the door that's going to open and let you travel through. And the door on the left makes you go through a 30-second cutscene of Ernest. So you want the right door to open. We're not going to do that with her. Okay, unfortunately, Henri didn't get outturned Domingo, and that's okay. We're going to take the time. We're not going to give Henri that extra experience. She's got freeze too, so that's all that matters. And battle over. It's not a big deal. I mean, it's just 30 seconds if you end up killing the Hellhound second. But you still have to go talk to Ernest. And so to do that, you go into the building on the top left. You talk to him. He doesn't fight the weird Cerberus. That's from Chapter 8. He just is sitting here, and you talk to him. He joins the force and leaves. Yeah, normally that priest doesn't heal like that. Exactly. Okay. I don't need to change any of my items. All you have to do is go straight into the next battle. The movement here is also pretty precise, and you can usually create a very reliable formation. Sometimes it gets all jacked up. Hopefully everything cooperates. Tao goes right there. Pele moves right in front of this first Silver Knight and kills it. Henri's going to stand next to Tao. Domingo's going to stand right in front of Max. Right now, Domingo is the threat, basically, or Max really is, but these Seabats are all going to funnel in to want to attack Max and Domingo. We're going to kitty corner Balbs to Max. That artillery outturning the Hellhound is perfect. We want the Hellhound blocked behind the artillery. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Ken outturning is also very nice. So now we block. He's gonna tank one hit, and that's okay. Okay, now he's tanking a lot more and he may die. He's going to die. I'm going to do something a little different here than I normally do, because I have to save Ken. Ken must live. So this is going to get jacked up, and I will probably come back to this. Maybe reviewing CloudCarry's fight. Wow, everything aggroed. Ken has rubbish defense. Alright, so we're gonna take yeah, this is pretty jack. This is pretty messed up. We're gonna freeze this 3-man group. Or Blaze 3, rather. Now what do I want to do? I'm going to block this artillery from coming down to max. I'm going to kill the Hellhound. This is not my favorite. Max is gonna take a hit from the artillery right now. That's not that bad amount of damage. That's a little unfortunate. Max will heal on his turn. We're going to put valves here to make sure that no more bats come and try to attack Max from underneath. We have a nice 4-man formation, but I don't think we have the ability to get to it. We're going to send Ken up. Yeah, I want to get rid of these. Oh, shoot. That's fine. I want to get rid of the artillery. So we will, this will suffice, I think. Yeah, this is fine. This is great. The only thing we have is a rogue bat on the bottom. Let's go ahead and save right now. We're going to do a double boost again. So we're going to save on Pele's turn because he has the power ring, and we're going to boost Ken. No smoke, cause tutorial. We'll pull Henri all the way around. And we'll freeze to the bats. The bats! Two times boo! Perfect. Oh, wow. That doesn't happen very often. All right, so that's the first time I've seen that. That was something else. We're gonna need to protect Max now. It's getting a little scary, and I don't have any healing items. So we're moving him here. I'm gonna go ahead and attack this bat. Tao's gonna go quick and should get rid of 3 of them. So Tao can get rid of these 3. I trust that Domingo. We're going to move Pele over here, and we're going to boost Pele now. Domingo, if he's right next to the bat on the bottom, he should be the... And I can't get there, so it doesn't matter. We're asking Tao to be a tank for 1 round. We also have a kind of scary situation that could happen, where the priest could actually aggro Max and kill him. I'm gonna make a save state just in case. Wow, Tao dodged. Now, for safety, just heal. We just heal. Attacking with Ken is, most of that HP is going to be regen, if not all of it. Maybe all of it. So that might have been a waste of an attack. We're going to see. We're going to find out. I would like to give this kill to Henri, and then I'll have Domingo take care of the High Priest. One of the fun things about the Priest, and Domingo specifically, is Domingo is considered, like, when you get him, a level 1 unpromoted character. So all the enemy levels are way high for Domingo. Super high. To the point where they all give him max experience for attacks and for kills for a long, long time. So if you wanted to, you could get Domingo to, I think, level 14 by this first battle. Casual players, you can grind Domingo that far and just be so far ahead. We're going to try to kill the priest with Balbazak. Oh, of course not. We are getting to promotion time for Balbazak and for Pele. Unbelievable. So we're just gonna move these characters. They don't have a lot of MP. We'll just finish off what we can, and then Balbazak promotion timing. Thank you. Domingo being level 4 already is like crazy, by the way. He is super beefy at this point. I will talk about... Yes, I will talk about promotions as at the chapter transition. Alright, so this fight is taking way too long. Everything kind of went to crap. Which, by the way, Ken just lost his boost right there. If you wanted to, like, Balbazak only had 3 HP there. We could have tried to kill him. We're gonna let Pele do it. So yeah, that battle just went pretty poorly. Okay, this is a recording of how 4-3 should go. Mine got a little messy. The turn orders got really weird. You usually never see a Silver Knight outturn artillery, but sometimes it does happen, and What we're going to watch here, is an example of how good this segment could be if you do get lucky with critting Balbazak. But for the most part, the formations that we see at the beginning of this, I'm always trying to replicate, and we usually get pretty close. It's dependent on Ken outturning the Silver Knight and the Priest. Most of the time, I feel like he does that. Let's just watch it and you'll see. I forgot about that. So, the setup is the same. Oh, I was supposed to put the speed ring on Ken, wasn't I? You could put the speed ring on Ken. I think it'll be okay. If your Henri is fast enough, if she's like level 3 at this point instead of just level 2, which means you promoted her at level 10 instead of level 11, then you could move the speed ring over to Ken. For the most part, I just hope that Ken outturns the middle Silver Knight there. Nice. In our case, he did. Stay. Where he's at, though, we're asking him to tank 2 hits.
Spot I'm supposed to be in? I think so, yeah. No, I think it is right. Okay. Felt wrong. Felt dirty.
I'm funny.
I mean, he could die here.
Yeah, if he got doubled or crit, he could have died, for sure. So now we got one beautiful formation and another forming.
Oh yeah, my Ken is for sure over level.
Come in and blaze 2 this group. You don't need to blaze 3. If you blaze 3, there's a potential that you accidentally kill that middle artillery and you lose the formation. So it's much safer to blaze 2 it. We are asking Henri to be a tank. She needs to tank 1 hit from a bat. So a level 3 Henri is going to be much tankier than this level 2 Henri. If Henri got doubled here, she would die. Keep Balbazak in place to continue to act as the formation holder. And all these bats should just funnel into the nice little V formation there. This is the tank that Henri has to. So it does 8 damage. If she were if she were the next level, it would likely be like she'll probably gain another 4 defense on her next level. So it'd probably only be like 4 damage. But the nice thing about this is it's literally turn 2, and we're already sending the centaurs up towards Balbazak. And we've got this 5-man formation that's just juicy, sitting right here. Henri will finish it off. And then our goal is then to send Domingo and Henri up to the Hellhound next to Balbazak to get them to their next level. Yeah, so Henri doesn't level up there. So we're going to send Domingo up, and Ken, for some reason, outturned Pele here. Normally, we've boosted Ken, so it's a guaranteed kill on this puppet. He doubled, so we got lucky. But normally Pele goes first, and he would have boosted Ken, and Ken would have gone in and killed the evil puppet, no problem. So, bad turn order, but fortunate result. Getting smoke on the ring sucks here. because it means you can't double boost. You can't boost Pele and Ken. So now we have to rely on Ken hitting. So I probably would have gone in there and freeze one the Hellhound. And this is the crazy part. Ken gets a double here, and the fight's already over. No way! Holy cow! Okay, it's so bad. It is so bad, but it's amazing. Reason I say it's so bad is because I didn't get Henri up to 3, and Domingo didn't get any extra experience. So it was an amazing fight, but it ended up working out in the run. But yeah, it was a rough one.
That's awesome.
And that's it. That's how the fight should go. For the Balbazak race, the timer ends when Balbazak blows up. So time would end right when I split it, which is right here. And that's the end of chapter 4. I'm going to take a drink.